How are you all?
Yeah, very well.
Okay. So today we all are here to discuss a beautiful topic that is related to our environment, to related our life, to related the plant life, to related the animal life, and this topic is that is ecosystem of our world of our India. So I want to ask some question from related to this from you all. So may I?
Yes.
Okay, so my first question is from Mr. Anil. So may I ask? So please, may I know what is the meaning of ecosystem?
First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And as we are discussing about ecosystem, so ecosystem, what the thing comes in your mind when you hear the word ecosystem? Beautiful landscapes, Himalayas, forests, tourist places like Taj Mahal, Red Fort, and metro cities. That in the ecosystem we can connect it with nature and a good livelihood. And as we know, we are going to discuss about ecosystem in India. And first, we should know that what is ecosystem. Basically, it is a combined mix of nature. In that nature, we can say our landscapes, our forests, our wildlife, and our species. Basically, the birds and our water reserves and our hills and all of the things we can include in our ecosystem. And the condition of that we are going to discuss today, and that is ecosystem.
Okay, you say that the thing which is connected with ecosystem is that is nature, that is our life, that everything what come in our world, that all thing is connected to ecosystem.
Yeah.
So you give me a beautiful definition or a beautiful meaning of ecosystem.
POV.
So may I know Tanu from you what are the type of the ecosystem?
Okay, so I want to tell you that what is ecosystem type of ecosystem. So as we all know that we have some rivers and some forest, Himalayas and wetlands in the world, and also India also has all of these. India has a diverse ecosystem. India is a diverse ecosystem country. So basically, these are the types of the ecosystem. In Himalayas Himalayas are coming in ecosystem. Our rivers, there are so many rivers in our country. They also included in ecosystem, and there are some wetlands. They are also in ecosystem. And the main is the part
Oh,
is the
okay. You are saying that the part which is connected with our nature, like forest, the everything you divided in the type of that. So may I know from you, so Mr. From Mr. Jitendra, may I know that what is the meaning of these all? What are the basic, we say the single point for the ecosystem?
So I would like to tell you about the definition of ecosystem as you said. So in short, ecosystem is a system of living organism in a particular region. In that region, these all living organism as well as non-living also, these are interdependent.
Okay, may I know what do you mean by the reason in the ecosystem?
Region is a geographical region.
Okay.
Region is area, geographical area.
Okay, you are saying that the geographical area is called as a region. So now my question is, what do you see in our ecosystem change nowadays?
Nowadays, there is a lot of debate is going on the topic is climate change.
Okay.
So climate change is a very big concern for our human community because there are lot of happenings are going there. For example, heat waves, floods, and the temperature is also rising. So that's are the some of the uh, These are some of the reasons we are discussing the climate
Okay,
change
okay.
issue.
So, Mr. Anil, do you know any other point related to our nowadays is affected the ecosystem?
Yeah, a lot. And I would love to tell you that in our ecosystem, we know there are several factors. As Ms. Tanu told, our Himalayas, our our western part and our western coast, and in our state Rajasthan, the desert, as well as in Gujarat, the desert of Kutch, and in the west there are also the chains of some hills, and we know that our Himalayas are the second most largest chain in the world. So we have very biodiversity of ecosystem, and I would love to tell some data that in India almost 5% land uh, are having to our ecosystem.
Okay, may I know any kind of ecosystem related to our forest, related to our animals? Something change in our forest life or something change in our animals life with the effect of the ecosystem causes?
Yeah, that's a lot. And if you are discussing the condition of India, it is not up to the mark as well. And as we know that we are having deforestment, and if you have data, then almost in past 2 decades there are 40% reduction of our forests, and our and we know that 7 to 8% species of the world that we are taking care in our India, but these are reducing gradually. So we should say that there are some factors. In the factors I told, deforestation, pollution, uh, and wrong climate changes, and for that we are responsible.
Okay, you speak beautifully that there are the many causes from that. So may I know from Tanu, what do you think about that these causes are happening after which year or after what thing happened these causes become?
Okay, so I just want to add something that these all things are happening before 2 decades or 1 decades because of deforestation, pollution, and high temperature. These are the main causes of our in our country. So basically, pollution is everywhere. Like because of some transportation, and there are so many buildings and infrastructure are building in our country because India is a developing country nowadays. So basically, this is a main reason behind this, and so many factories are there in our country.
Okay, okay.
So
You will say that there are many kind of something from the vehicles also.
yes,
This is
yeah,
happening from the vehicles
yes,
after
yes,
because we are using more transportation system in our life.
yes,
I think this happened after the COVID-19
yes,
because
yes,
after that we are buy our own vehicle, so we using that, and we are making pollution more and more on the
yes,
roads,
yes.
and we also cutting the trees to make the roads. So may I know from you, Mr. Jatin, that what do if you are a leader or you are a political man, if you are a person who able to change our environment, to change ecosystem, what you can do at that time?
So first of all, I would like to know what are the reasons behind the deterioration of an ecosystem.
Okay.
I will analyze the situation, and if there are incidences of deforestation, I will go for public awareness, because the root cause is lack of public awareness about climate change. Changing their behavior will we will get a benefit for long. And there are several legal provisions also for illegal deforestation. I will, if I have authority to do something uh, like that, I will go for legal action for to curb these illegal deforestation.
Okay, you are saying that you will improve some people awareness.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the people awareness? Why the people are not awareing for these things? May I know from you, Mr. Anil?
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you're saying that how we can aware of people and what are the reasons that our government isn't able to aware of people and about the condition of our ecosystem
Yes.
because it's bad and we can't say anything because it's bad. Yeah, and for that we can improve our education system because there is nothing in that we should yeah, there are that, but on the practical situation things are like that. If I say that, that can bother you. Yeah, and for the public awareness there is a major role of a political leaders because in a political leaders they are corruptions, they have some religious propaganda to go further in politics, and it affects a lot to our
Okay, okay.
people.
May I know how many construction are happening done by the government for these to remove the that condition to improve the ecosystem?
Okay, you wanna ask me that what are the steps that our
Yes,
government
I'm.
is taking to improve our ecosystem?
Yes.
Yeah, in the 1976 and the 1972 and 1986, there are some acts for our environment and our conservation of wildlife. There are some legal actions for from our government, and in nowadays our government is doing that. I would say because they are providing us more conservation areas for animals to increase wildlife and and uh, and to improve our ecosystem. But somewhere I think there are some loopholes in our.
We do not have that much greenery in cities because of buildings and shops and roads, but in the villages we can see everywhere green plants, flowers and crops also. There are so many fields and people are working in the fields, and because of this thing, cities are more polluted and villages are less polluted than the cities, and there are less vehicles than the cities. So that's why we can see a very good change if we go from a city to the village after a long time. Then we can have a good air to breathe, and we can see so much change of in the cities people and in village people also. Their life is different from the cities, and they also use natural things to eat, and everything they use they are getting from their own fields.
Okay. May I know from Anil, Mr. Anil, if you know about any current affair related to ecosystem?
Yeah, there are a lot, and recently we had some festivals like Chhat Puja and Diwali, and it affected our pollution level a lot, and it is increasing day by day, and there are some things I want to describe that in our metro cities, the AQI level is going much higher than the WHO level, and I would say in the Delhi that is near by 500. And if you are talking about the neighboring city of in Punjab, that is Lahore, because Lahore is nearby, and the AQI level of that is almost above 500, and the condition of that is at the level of they are closing their schools and they are saying use mask till January. So because we know we have borders on ground level, but we do not have borders for pollution for our air, and so that these cities are also affecting us. And behind that there are reasons like crackers and all. And if you're talking about our current trends, so we know that there are some yeah, in the world there are some meetings like G7 and a very much meeting for Asia, yes, sorry, for the world. And in the world, Asia is needed a lot more support in climate change, basically, because we have pollution, and in the western countries they are things are not like that.
Yes, you are saying that in Asia the climate is not so good in our area,
Yeah.
and in outer side of the Asia is a good climate. I also think about this, but I think the more pollution or more greenhouses gases are
Carbon
polluted
emissions,
from
yeah.
the China and from the America, I think. What do you think on this?
Yeah, I got your point, but yeah, if I say, because they are burning more carbon emissions, but they have the climate kind of that, because they can observe them. If we are talking about America, then they have a lot of land, and in America I think it is in top 5 in the land, if you are talking about the countries. And
Okay, okay.
and in
Thank
India,
you for this. Now I want to ask everyone. No, so first of all, I would like to give chance to Mr. Jati. If you get any kind of chance to change, to remove these all the things and improve our ecosystem with from every kind of things, so what you can do first time?
I would like to add syllabus of environmental studies in education system,
But I think it is also added in our books.
but it is not that much practical. It is only reading purposes and passing and all. There should be some environmental activities in schools to make aware the children.
But
And
I think one school is there in Bengal or in Bangladesh. I don't remember that country name or that city name. But there is a education for all the things they students do practically. So I
Yeah.
think we do these things on in the only schools of India. I
yeah,
think.
because they are the future of the country,
Yes.
and it will come into their behavior.
Yeah.
We will not require any legal framework to settle the illegal deforestation and all, so it will be automatically cured.
Yeah, you are saying that
And
if we want to change our society, if we change our society, if we change our students, or
Mindset
if we change our thinking for the nature, then we able to change
Yeah.
our environment
In
or ecosystem
long term
for
we will
long time.
able to.
You want to say for like as a sustainability
Yeah,
development.
sustainable development.
Okay.
There are 15 sustainable development goals also, and public awareness program should also be there.
Okay, Mr. Anil, do you know any kind of sustainability development course?
what kind of?
That any course is going on sustainability development in our India?
Yeah, there are a lot coaches in India, and yeah, and they are teaching us that how can we improve our forest, and how can we reduce the garbage from the rivers, the chemical level of the rivers, and how can we reduce the AQI of our air, and there are a lot. Yes, sorry. And I want to say what we can do for as an individual. So when we are seeing the things like that, if a person is freaking the garbage out there, then we should stop them. It's our duty to do these things. Yeah, that is necessary. And as a country level, our country should be more I would say strong for these things, because if you know that in the world USA has a lot impact on our Asian nations, and
Okay, okay,
and if
okay.
they are not taking steps, then what we can do?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Now, Ms. Tanu, may I ask you one thing in last, that what you can do for our ecosystem?
Okay, so I can do people more and more aware about ecosystem, because people do not have that much knowledge about our ecosystem, and they do not know if we will grow more and more trees, then we can have a good life, and we can have a good air to breathe in a good environment. So the main problem is behind the ecosystem threats is the less knowledge about ecosystem. People do not know about what is ecosystem, how can we improve this. So and next is we can take a step on planting more and more trees. If we plant more and more if we will plant one tree on our birthday, then we can plant that much tree as we are living. So basically these are the steps that how can we can have a good ecosystem. So that's all.
Okay, thank you to tell the public or to me also what is the meaning of ecosystem, what are the effect and what are the change in ecosystem we need. And so now I would like to say that in this last, I want to conclude this that we need some change in our knowledge, like he or you, and you also saying that we need some book, we need some practical things in our education system, because we know the root is if we grow a seed in our field or in our anywhere, and we give a water, then it's become a tree. So we give the education to a small child about 4 or 5 years old. It's become grow up to up,
Yes, yes.
and if it give a very knowledgeable things. Now I would say to everyone that just if you want to change our ecosystem, then please cure and then take care of ecosystem and plant a single tree every year or every day or what when you want to. And also take care of the pollution and also take care of the plastic bags. Thank you and have a nice talk. Bye bye. See you.